GervontaDavis was in here for a minute. I don't know if he's still in here. I know he has his big
Tank on here?
Yeah, Tank. Tank. Yeah, well, I don't know if he's still on here. I don't know if he's still on here. I don't know. He might have bounced. I don't know. He might have bounced. He might have bounced. He was only on for a second. Tank, you want to come in, Tank? Can I bring you in? I would love to bring you in.
Boxing fans never imagined they'd see this. Two of the biggest names in the sport, both in their prime, Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Floyd "Money" Mayweather, going head-to-head in a heated showdown. But this isn't just about legacy or respect, it's personal. What began as a mentor-mentee relationship has turned into a fierce rivalry, filled with public feuds, legal battles, and insults that have rocked the boxing world. Now, on a major live stage, these two megastars face off in a fiery clash that redefines what it means to compete at the highest level. This isn't just a moment for the cameras. It's a tense battle driven by betrayal, pride, and years of unresolved tension. Let's dive into the chaos that's taking over boxing. It wasn't long ago that Tank Davis and Floyd Mayweather were inseparable, with Floyd backing Tank as the future of the sport.
One kid came up to me when he was a kid. Wanted an autograph. I signed his phone for him and told him, "You'll be world champion someday, and I'll be your promoter."
Floyd wasn't just Tank's promoter. He was a mentor, a strategist, and at one point, even a father figure to him. Mayweather Promotions played a major role in Tank's rise to stardom, but over time, their relationship started to crack. Davis began to want more independence. He grew frustrated with Floyd's tight grip on his career, feeling stifled by Mayweather's larger-than-life presence. For Tank, it wasn't just about breaking free from Floyd's shadow. It was about building his own legacy.
You off that you was like, I gotta do that.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause it's weird. I feel like y'all got, I would say love hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of the deal.
He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing it.
Exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal?
Yeah.
Tank no cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
You'll see.
Meanwhile, Floyd viewed Tank's desire for independence as a betrayal. To Floyd, Davis wasn't just stepping away. He was turning his back on the very foundation that helped him rise. The tension reached its peak earlier this year when Tank publicly announced he was done with Mayweather Promotions, choosing to work with new trainers and a different team. It became clear. It was time for these two to step into the ring and settle their differences. Originally, this fight was supposed to happen back in September. Yep, that's right.
New deal, 7-fight deal, which is music to the ears of many boxing fans. You get to see you in action for several more years. What type of names are we talking about on those 7 names?
Whoever you name, they could be in it.
If I name some fighters, can you say yes or no?
Yep.
Shakur Stevenson?
Yep.
Ryan Garcia?
Yep.
Devin Haney?
Yep.
Isaac Cruz?
Yeah, but there's 2 people I already beat already, but yeah.
Errol Spence?
Outside the ring.
Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, September. November.
Teofimo Lopez?
Yeah.
Out of all of those guys, who do you think's the most difficult opponent for you?
Floyd.
But then, Tank had some legal issues, which delayed this huge fight. Now, the wait is finally over, and it's happening. It all kicks off with a fiery face-to-face interview. The live broadcast begins, and the energy in the room is electric. The cameras zoom in on Floyd, calm and composed in his signature tailored suit, radiating confidence and control. Across from him, Tank Davis sits, exuding an intensity that practically jumps off the screen. His body language says it all. He's ready to fight, even if it's just with words. The tension is so thick you could feel it in the air. The host tries to keep things moving, but the energy between Floyd and Tank is straight up explosive. Every glance, every change in tone, lands like a quick jab in their ongoing mental battle. While the cameras capture their surface-level exchanges, it's the unspoken tension that tells the true story. Floyd, with decades of dominance and an unmatched career, represents the old guard of boxing, calculated, disciplined, and flashy.
Because I know for like the longest, Tank has had an issue with fight hype, with me.
Pull him in. Pull him in. Hold on.
I don't know.
How do I do it?
He gotta do it.
You gotta do
I think
it.
I gotta do it. I don't know if he's still on here. Hold on, I gotta find him. He might have bounced. You know, Tank be bouncing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, it's okay. Pull him in. He gonna come.
Tank, on the other hand, represents the new wave of boxing. Aggressive, hungry, and unapologetically raw.
Hands, before I go see Tank, I gotta get shots in my hands. Then I gotta make sure my hands is right, because I don't dumb him down with his punches. I let him do it, you know what I'm saying? And he get to him, you all right? Yeah. Nigga, work. I just feel sorry for them guys that really pushed the button. Martin pushed the button, y'all.
This face-off isn't just about personal grudges. It's a battle between generations. For Floyd, it's about showing he's still in control, still the king of the sport. For Tank, it's about stepping up and taking his place as the true heir to boxing's throne. Here's the twist. Tank has accused Floyd of stalking him, keeping an eye on him for months, and even passing along his location to Tank's former opponent, Frank Martin. Martin apparently let it slip about Floyd's tracking efforts, and now Tank is absolutely furious about this betrayal.
You know, he's the one who told Frank that I was running at 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. I seen his people's drive by while I was running. It's cool. It's all right. I don't really think too much of it. He's not gonna hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to beef with him than be cool with him, because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll picture him bad situation.
The situation between Tank and Floyd goes way beyond just a fight. For years, Floyd was Tank's promoter, mentor, and the person who helped shape his career in boxing. But then, everything fell apart.
This is your last fight with Mayweather Promotions?
Yes, sir.
You know, Tank announced that he's leaving Mayweather Promotions. What do you have to say about his departure?
My focus on...
Floyd even took credit for making Tank the star he is today, saying he was always there, looking out for him.
My thing is, I've always been there for him from day one. We had a game plan, and my game plan was to help him become world champion and take things to that next level. And I've always been there for him. And just over the years, you can see I've always been positive, always said great things about him, always pushed him to be great. And, but over the years, it's constantly going on the internet, take a shot at Floyd, take a shot at Floyd, take a shot at Floyd. Constantly be disrespectful, when all I ever been was respectful to try to help this fighter go as far as he could possibly go. That's all.
Things took a savage turn when Floyd reportedly went full petty with his revenge. Let's be real. Floyd's ego is legendary, and seeing his protege steal the spotlight was clearly hard to take. Tank claims that Floyd went so low as to pass along inside info on his strategies to Frank Martin, all in an attempt to sabotage the fighter he once promised to support.
Young fighters, he loves to embrace guys, so what was being around talking to Floyd? Like, what has Floyd taught you about fighting, and has it made you a better fighter? Because he could tell me all day to do that shit he does. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what does being around a guy like Floyd do for you?
He could tell you, go run at 2 in the morning. You know, go do it when, cause 9 times out of 10, we know your opponent sleep at that time. So go run at 2 in the morning and go give yourself a mental edge, you know, like, cause you know you out there working every night at 2 in the morning running. That's a lot of the times your opponent sleep. You know, it could be little things that'll take you to the next level. You know, that Floyd, a person like Floyd, like if he tell you that, you gonna take a lot of heave to it, and it's gonna give you a different type of motivation when you doing it. He could show you something, you know, and it could be the same thing. You know, you might not be able to do it like him, but just it coming from him, it'll give you like a different type of like feel about your.
As if all of that wasn't enough, Floyd didn't stop there. No, he's been spending time with one of Tank's biggest rivals, Shakur Stevenson. Yep, you heard that right. The same Shakur who's been calling Tank out for months. Apparently, Floyd and Shakur are now training together, sparking rumors that Floyd's whole plan is to set Shakur up in the perfect position to take Tank down.
Yeah, I was in the gym with him before when I went to the gym with him, people don't know this, but I had went to the gym with him off camera, nobody seen it. And I was kind of like begging him to swap me. And I remember I had a hurt hand at the time. I'm like, man, I don't care. I'll use one hand in there. I just want to get in there with Floyd.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I mean, he was older at the time, so he wasn't the same Floyd Mayweather. I want to say this was like a year, maybe 2 years ago. So, yeah, I've been in the gym with him before. He correct certain things. Floyd even called me, I want to say like 3 weeks ago, and, you know, showed me some new tricks. So at the end of the day, he still, you know, show a lot of love to me.
Just when you think this saga couldn't get any wilder, another bombshell drops about Floyd's motives. Word on the street is, Floyd wasn't just upset about Tank's rise to fame. He was furious over Tank dating his ex. Yep, you heard that right. Floyd clearly wasn't happy about Tank stepping into his past, and allegedly, he took things even further. In a jaw-dropping twist, Tank claims Floyd went as far as trying to get him locked up by slapping him with fake charges, all to settle the score. For most people, dating someone wouldn't even be a big deal, but for Floyd, it was the ultimate slap in the face, and he wasn't about to let it slide. Tank isn't wrong. Floyd's revenge game is next level, almost obsessive. The mind game started long before this, like when Floyd shook up the boxing world by hyping Shakur as the top dog at 135, even over Tank. Talk about throwing shade.
When you think about the fighters who are fighting now, can you give me your 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 when it comes to the lightweight? The lightweight, who you would put where?
Well, you got guys fighting between 130, 135, and 140. They stack, you know, around that area. So, I mean, as of right now,
skills that pay the bills.
Well, the two guys, well, the biggest puncher, I feel, at the 135 would probably be Gervonta Tank Davis.
Mm-hmm.
But the most skillful fighter at 135 will be hands down Shakur.
Then there's Calvin Ford, Tank's loyal trainer and former friend of Floyd. Ford has been by Tank's side through it all, and he's not holding back when it comes to this mess. He's openly called out Floyd's actions, saying karma will catch up with him. According to Ford, this isn't just a feud anymore. It's a full-on vendetta.
Another thing I want to touch on is the Floyd situation. You know, Floyd is Floyd. That's like I say, Tank is Tank, man. But at the end of the day, you know, the man is chasing greatness. And you should be supporting that. I always tell you that. You should be supporting that, you know. It's a rocky road that we're seeing what's going on. Just pay attention, man. The story is going to reveal itself, you know. But again, that's how you burn bridges. Somebody said this is the true colors of a person that's coming out, man. 'Cause they can't stand it, you know. Calm is I don't like using that word calm, you know, but our Lord knows. He knows. He knows. He knows.
But here's the kicker. Shortly after all of this, Calvin Ford switched sides and joined Mayweather Promotions. Yep, you heard that right. Tank's former coach, the man who helped shape his career, is now teaming up with Floyd under Mayweather Promotions. Talk about betrayal.
You know, Calvin, he been with me since I was 7. I used to sleep in Coach Calvin's house. I used to sleep at his job when he was working at a seafood restaurant in Baltimore.
When I had to train Tank, when I didn't want him to get in trouble and I wanted to make sure we was together, I used to take him to work with me. And he'd chill. Everybody knew him. Everybody knew him at work.
Remember, Calvin used to fuss at the guys that was coming up with me, and they was in the streets a lot. He was telling them, like, you can't have 1 feet in and 1 feet out. You gotta be, like, all the way in it. Like, focus on the goal, you know, and them guys, they went left, and unfortunately, they got killed.
You weigh the odds out like that. Do you want him to go to jail or you want him to live? That's the whole idea, to come to the boxing gym.
If I ain't had the people I had around me, like the people that started with me and things like that, I probably would have been off the scene for a long.
So why would Calvin Ford, who's always had Tank's back, make this sudden move? Ford has been surprisingly quiet about it, but insiders say he sees this as a unique opportunity to advance his own career.
Roger never got Trainer of the Year when Floyd was Fighter of the Year. Yeah. His dad never got Trainer of the Year. So, you know, I've been openly expressing that. And I think it's time that Calvin gets his justice.
Floyd's empire is huge, and joining Mayweather Promotions opens up opportunities for more fighters, greater visibility, and a chance at bigger matches than Ford could have ever dreamed of.
His lifestyle, he may be friends with the guy that fights that fights in the main event, but he can't live the same lifestyle that the main event fighter lives.
But this isn't just about leveling up in his career. Word on the street is, Ford might be feeling some type of way about Tank, especially with all the chaos lately. From legal issues to courtroom appearances and Tank's roller coaster personal life making headlines, it's clear things have been a mess.
Put your hands behind your box. You got handcuffs?
Hey, the little one inside.
You don't gotta ask me, bro.
Well, we need to make sure she's with somebody.
She's okay. She's with somebody.
Okay, listen, I get you that you're upset, but we can't just say...
Signing with Mayweather Promotions could be Ford's way of moving forward with a more stable, professional team. Something Tank hasn't always been able to provide.
He didn't have a chance to focus 100% on boxing. You know, one day you're worried about the position that your family is in. You worry about your living conditions. So that's why, you know, fighters are not able to perform.
So, how's Tank handling all this? Not great. Surprise, surprise. Insiders say he feels completely betrayed, seeing Ford's move as him officially choosing Floyd's side over his. Rumor has it, Tank was already pissed off after hearing that Ford might have been sneaking Floyd private training intel. And now with this signing, it's like rubbing salt in a wound that's still wide open.
Calvin Ford, what does he mean to you when you hear that name? What does he mean when you first hear that?
A father. Father. And then he's one of the guys that held a lot of this, like, this whole family together. Him with Kenny. But for sure, like, them two, they held the whole camp together, for sure.
Wouldn't be here without him? Would you say that? Without Calvin?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be here without him. Just off of the fact of when I was coming to the gym, I was getting that love that I ain't have at home type stuff. So it was always like, Calvin, saying I walked through the gym, Calvin, like, looking for him type stuff.
He told me he used to come to the gym, you'd be outside, sleep in front of the gym, in front of the door.
Yeah, I used to run from I go to school, and then from school, I go straight to the gym, don't tell my grandma.
As the bad blood between Floyd Mayweather and GervontaDavis continues to boil over, one thing is certain, boxing has never seen drama like this. This face-off isn't just about two egos clashing. It's about the future of the sport. For Floyd, it's a chance to remind the world that he's still the face of boxing, even in retirement. For Tank, it's his moment to solidify his place as the next big thing. Not just in terms of skill, but as a cultural icon. This confrontation also highlights a bigger shift in the boxing world. With social media and streaming platforms like DAZN changing the game, rivalries aren't just happening in the ring anymore. Events like this face-off are becoming just as important as the fights themselves, attracting new audiences and reshaping the narrative of the sport.
Bitch, I no fucking care, motherfucker. I no motherfucker. Bitch, I'ma kill that motherfucker. When I catch you, motherfucker, I kill you, motherfucker. You crazy? Chill. I know the fuck they playing with. I don't play no motherfucking games. I'll fuck you up, motherfucker. I'll fuck you up.
That's a wrap for today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. We love hearing from you. Stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next one.